Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle and affirmations for today, Sunday, December 29th, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, but it all might resonate. It's just affirmations. We're going to use the Dream Decoder, pull a couple cards from there, and then we're going to pull a couple cards from the Runes for Modern Life. Both by Teresa Chung. And she seriously has some of the most beautiful decks. And other than the fact that, and I've said this before, I'm not a fan that sometimes the cards have like run-on sentences. Because some of them have pretty long descriptions there. Other than that, like beautiful cards. Really well thought out. And I love them. And a lot of her decks have like the best boxes. I literally paid like $16 for this deck, you guys. Seriously. Amazon. And I'm sure the price fluctuates, but I'm just saying, well worth the price if you're interested. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to pull a few from each. First, the Dream Decoder. Just like 2 or 3. And there's our 2. I don't know that we've ever had either of these. Maybe the one, maybe. Okay, we're going to set this over in the cell. We've got 2 for the Dream Decoder. And let's do Runes for Modern Life. And the card stock is always really nice. Really nice. These 2 are very thick cards. And the runes are actually like almost like a cardboard, honestly. And as long as you don't shuffle them, you guys know how I feel. Readers out there shuffle their cards and ruin their cards like the first time they get them. I did that with my, oh God, one of my Oracle decks. I did that. I shuffled them like that. And I was like, I don't know why readers do that. They totally ruin their decks. I do not shuffle my cards like that at all. When you see them do the fancy shuffles and they split them apart and they do the, like, oh, let's, no, no. Your deck is ruined. Like that's $20-$25 down the drain. I don't need to put on a show like that, so I do not. And there was a lady in the comments, I think Joanna, from yesterday. So I will do one of my videos facing down for the cards so you can see how I do my shuffle and how I lay out the cards. I don't typically do that because you're going to be less likely to have your video stolen and repurposed by a false reader if you show your face and you're talking. So that is why I typically show my face and I talk and I shuffle and I show you the cards. That's all. No other scamming reason behind that. These little babies don't want to fall out. And I think if you watch my videos and you know me, like I don't force the cards. So if it takes me 5 minutes to shuffle out 8 or 10 cards, then you're going to sit there and you're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes. Because I don't force anything. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just saying. That's how I shuffle. Sometimes the cards come out real easy and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't want to come out at all. Sometimes you don't even do a read because you go to do the cards and it's like, no thanks. And like that, I got a card. Hey, we had this one last time. For the first time. All right, let's try for one more. We'll do 2 more shuffles. If I don't get a card, I'll just pull from the bottom of the deck. Like I usually do. One of my neighbors is running their car. It can't be that cold out there. Still thinking about going to the grocery store. Ooh, this one we've never had before, I don't think. All right. Gonna set this over here. I also don't stack my cards on top of each other before or after a read, unless before they're stacked in box or bags. But I do not stack. Like, let me show you. I do not stack my cards like this, like 2 different decks like this. I just don't do that before or after the read. I don't want that energy to carry over into a card. I just don't. I'm very picky about how I do my little setup here and how I get going. Affirmations, I'm a little bit more lenient, but when I do readings in the evening, like I do my cleanse and I do my little prayer to God. I have my bell. I have my selenite. And sometimes I bring in the sage and the Palo Santos. I actually did that all day yesterday. So, yeah. And it's kind of a waste to me to show that on video. You're going to sit here for 10 minutes and watch somebody go through that. I don't think there's any tarot reader that shows that. It just seems like a waste of time. But I'm sure everybody has their own little shtick, you know. All right, we've got Falling from the Dream and Decoder deck. Falling in a dream is a clear sign that some situation or relationship is out of your control. It's unlikely to be significant whether you fall from a cliff, roof, plane, building, or other high place. Whatever the precise scenario, you find yourself with nothing to hold on to. You have no sense of stability. The key theme of this dream is insecurity. It may be that you see no solution to your problems, for example, low self-esteem, have too little support, or have a strong urge to escape a challenging situation. If the latter, the dream may be warning you to take control before you become too reckless and make a serious mistake, as in the popular expression, you're heading for a fall. There may also be sexual associations, perhaps a strong desire to succumb to sexual urges with a risk of damaging consequences. Oh, that is interesting. I would have never thought that with falling in a dream. I would have thought like death, you know, or like an accident coming or, you know, something like that, but I never would have thought of sex in reference to falling in a dream. But that makes sense when you think about it. Religious or spiritual figures. I can't remember if we had this one or not. Maybe like early when I first got the deck. A spiritual leader such as Jesus, the Buddha, or Muhammad, or an anonymous priest or nun, or a religious symbol such as an angel, cross, star, or crescent moon, probably indicates moral or spiritual issues in your life. You're being urged to find a way forward. The dream is unlikely to be directing you toward a particular faith or belief system. More probably, it represents your desire for guidance, comfort, or support. There may be an emptiness you seek to fill or a sense of confusion, a craving for a moral compass. Perhaps you'd benefit from a role model on life's path. There are important decisions to be made, and you do well to seek guidance from either your best, most insightful self or from some external source of wisdom. You need to take your focus away from material concerns and place it on higher values, the things that truly matter in your life. I just have one beef with this card. A religious symbol such as an angel, cross, star, or crescent moon. As far as I'm concerned, an angel should be considered a spiritual leader. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think that should have been listed. The angel should have been listed with Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad. Because angels guide us. Angels take care of us. All right. Like I said before, this one we just had in the last reading. It is the last card in the book. Oath Allah, property, inheritance. Oath Allah is the 24th and final rune card. It pays tribute to your family heritage, both the material possessions you have inherited and the attributes and traits that you were born with. When this rune card appears in a reading, you are encouraged to think about your ancestors and your current family traditions. Which influences and beliefs from your past, including your childhood, have shaped your life and contributed to the person you are today? How far do these beliefs chime with your own? Do you feel there is conflict between what is expected of you and who you really want to be? Either way, this card calls you to be true to who you are and to let go of beliefs that you don't feel in tune with anymore. What truly matters to you, an alternative reading of this rune card, is that you should research your family history to discover what the past can teach you about who you are and where you came from. I did ancestry for you. I don't know how it is today because this was years ago when I think before when I was engaged to the ex-husband. I got a month free and then I paid for a month, and I got my mom's whole side going back, like, I don't even know, like the 1700s. And I could have went further back, but I didn't have the time and I don't want to fork out any more money. And then on my dad's side, I got his mom's whole side going back, but I had trouble with his dad's side, and I should not have. So now, like, I want to go back and see see if I can get grandpa's side, my dad's side, because I don't know why I couldn't, honestly. It didn't make sense to me at the time, and like looking back on it, like, I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay. Oh, second page I opened to. Okay. So I don't know because it gives you the pronunciation, but don't come after me, okay? It's either Gaybo or Gibo, but it's Geybo. And I want to say Gaybo because, like, if it was Jibo, why do they need the Y in there for the pronunciation? No offense to anybody. You're talking to LGBTQIA as it is. Like, I'm bisexual, so forgive my mispronunciation. The meaning is generosity and opportunity. If this rune card is drawn, the theme of the theme of giving and sharing is prominent. There may be a surprise gift arriving in your life soon, whether a material one or in the form of emotional support from others, or even the gift of discovering a hidden talent. The card urges you to appreciate this gift for the blessing it is, but it also indicates the need for you to shine a spotlight on the energy exchanges in your life right now, including personal relationships, partnerships, and contracts. Are you giving too much and receiving too little? Or are you the one not investing enough in a situation? You are especially encouraged to ensure there is balance between giving and receiving in all your relationships. It also wants you to take a close look at the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself, and to create a harmonious balance between being sensitive to the needs of others and taking care of your own. Right on, my friend. Seriously. And I don't want to sound like an asshole by any means, because I am one of those people um that was always considered like an overgiver. Like, I give even when people don't give back to me. And now, after starting my healing journey and just really using foresight, my intuitiveness, my psychic abilities, if people are not giving to me, and I really get the sense that they're just users, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that they're friendly and they're not nice to me, but they're just users. I draw the line. I draw the line. And I had that experience a couple of weeks ago with the lady at work where, she came in and she was like, "Hi, good morning, good morning." And she never does that. She never does that. This woman is never in a good mood. This woman is never happy. This woman is never friendly. This woman will talk down to you, say shit to your face, and just expect you to take it because that's who she is, quote unquote. Um, and I just don't need friends like that. And I told her what was up, and I put her in her place. And she didn't like the fact that I held up the mirror and she had to look at herself. And now every day when I go into work, she is always um, just very unhappy and acting as though, I screwed her over in some type of way, which is fine. Continue to act like that. That's fabulous. It's a great example for your two daughters. Um, do I look back on the situation and think like, oh, I could have probably handled that differently? Yes. Yes, I do. But at the same time, I can't really feel bad about it. I can't really feel bad about it. Like I said, I held up the mirror and she got to look at herself and she did not like it. She like, "Oh, you treated me bad." Yeah, well, you treated me bad every day for the last 3 years. So, talk down to me, say stupid shit to me, and then turn around and act like, "Oh, we're friends, right? Oh, you want to buy for my kids, whatever." And like an idiot, I spent $150 on popcorn. It was really good popcorn. Um, but yeah, like, no. And if I'm still there next year and she has the nerve to come up and ask me about popcorn, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? Because, like I said, I held up the mirror so she could look at herself. She didn't like what she saw. But instead of changing her actions and coming to me and saying, "Hey, Kim, I'm sorry, maybe you're right. Maybe, I need to take some responsibility for my own emotions and my own actions, and I need to be a better human." Instead of doing that, she continues to act exactly as she did before, but even worse. So, yeah. Um, I don't give to people like I used to, and I don't put up with bullshit. And it's funny because people will literally think, "Well, you'll put up with my bullshit. Like, I've known you a long time." And then I hold up that mirror. So, yeah, just a little food for thought there. I hope this resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.